Hey guys, Jarek and Komodo here, and I got some more Halo, so I decided to go back and play some Halo. I'm not sure why they did this with Halo 1, but they basically split the Halo 1 playlist and Master Chief Collection to doubles, which is kind of a dumb idea because basically that means you need to be playing in a call with someone because everyone else is going to be, and if you don't have that level of cooperation, you're going to get completely shit on unless you're really good. This is one of those games where it was my first game back after not playing for months, so it started absolutely terrible, and then I started doing a lot better later on, and we ended up winning, so come from behind victory. This is also a very long game, since it's 2 vs 2, so sorry for the length of this video, but this is the entire length of the game. I don't think I've ever played a Halo game that lasted this long. But hey, while we're watching this, I just kind of wanted to talk about some video game news. Recently, there were rumors that they are going to be selling CD Projekt Red, or COG, to EA. Yeah, no. Those rumors were debunked. They've come out and said, no, we're not going to do this, and everyone rejoiced.
I'd kill myself. Okay, maybe not that extreme, but hell no.
I mean, I don't know where the rumors even came from, because there was no rumors dictating that EA even had any interest in buying. So, I'm not sure why that happened, but we can all be incredibly happy that it did not happen. Because you know what happens when EA buys something. Oh my goodness, the game... Sometimes some odd connection things happen in this game, like teammates lagging back and forth. But let's move on to the next thing. So, as of today, September 9th, 2015, Amnesia: The Dark Descent is free on Steam. If you look at its page on the Steam store, it'll just say install game, and you got it forever. Kind of like what they did with, say, Left 4 Dead 2 a while ago. Which, everyone I know has Left 4 Dead 2, I personally don't. Everyone was like, it's a free game, you should get it. It's like, yeah, but I'm never really going to play because I don't really care for Left 4 Dead.
Yeah, I got it. I never play it. Also, I think you might be in a time machine, friend. It's not the 9th.
September 15th. Sorry. I don't know why I said the 9th. I was thinking because of the 9th month. I think that's what came to mind. But, yeah, you know, I've never really cared for Left 4 Dead, to be honest. Left 4 Dead, to me, is... I mean, I respect the game.
God, that was a lot of grenades.
Oh, goodness. But Halo 1 is like, you're carrying 8 mini nukes on you at any given moment. These grenades are ridiculous. But yeah, you know, I respect Left 4 Dead because it's not just another boring zombie game and all this stuff. The zombies are unique. They're interesting, they have their own specials, they do their own thing. The problem I have with the game, though, is just that if you stay near your teammates, there's pretty much no way to die. There's not really a whole lot of risk. And this is why playing doubles alone is terrible. You end up running into both of them and only one of you, and there's no teamwork and all that stuff. So I eventually ended up warming up, playing a lot better, and just going 2 vs 1 and wrecking everything. For a little bit of a while, I was kind of, you know, camping behind teleporters, trying to get a feel for the game, doing stuff like that. Like right here, I was camping behind this teleporter a decent amount, so don't hate on me for camping, I'm sorry, I had to get going somehow.
I want to go ahead and disagree with you on the whole Left 4 Dead thing, because, and this is kind of really only if you're playing Versus. If you're playing Versus, and they've got good team cohesion, they're gonna kick your ass. Like, all it takes is like one slip up, they've got somebody, and then all of a sudden they tear you apart.
Well, I was talking about the co-op, not... Yeah, I was just talking about campaign, not the multiplayer.
Oh.
I would hope the multiplayer wouldn't be that way. That would, you know, be a major sign of imbalancing.
Well, in that case, you need to play on a harder difficulty.
Even on harder difficulties, it's like... It's very hard to die. See, I'm comparing it to games like, don't hate me for saying this immediately, Killing Floor, where it's obviously a much more difficult game. There's a really big learning curve to it.
No bias detected there.
Well, why do you think I play it so much? The way I play a game is whether it has competitive viability to it. That's pretty much what determines whether I like a game or not. Is if you can get good at it, or if it's just kind of a casual, you know, goof around in the game. And, you know, I'll enjoy a game where you jump into and have some fun every once and again. Like, the night I was playing this, you know, Halo, for the most part I was on the Team Action Sack playlist. Which are some amazing game modes, I may add, and you'll be seeing those later. You know, but 95% of the time, I'm in a competitive mood where, you know, I want to be the best player in the lobby, I want to win. You know, that's just what I am, and if a game is good to me, it's if it's competitively viable. You're giving me, like, the stank face right now.
Because of that day we played Smash Brothers.
Oh, yeah. Man, that's a really good example to see how a person is. If you're the no items, 1 versus 1 type of person, or if you're the we need all the items on Smash Balls all over the place, let's, goof around. Well, I can't play like that. That drives me crazy.
I mean, I don't play with items on anyway, but just, we could have played anything. We could have played somewhere I'd have fun. No, you wanted to play Smash and shit all over my day.
Well, you gotta lose to get better.
You keep saying that, and I'm not getting any better.
You're totally getting better. Just, I play more than you, so I'm getting better at a faster rate. Yeah.
Yeah.
I play a lot of Smash, and by a lot of Smash, I specifically mean Project M more than anything else, as I said before.
He means he plays too much?
Yeah, probably. I really, really wish Project M, there was a more viable, competitive Project M scene in Portland, because we live in Portland, Oregon. Pretty much the entire Smash Brothers competitive scene around here is all Melee, which is all good and fine, but, I like some Project M. I would love it if Project M was around. And the reason Project M is my main game and not Melee, as much as I like Melee, there's more characters, there's more stages, there's more things to do. See, the thing with Melee with me is that I don't really care for almost any of the characters in that game, because for the most part I don't really care about Nintendo games. Well, it's true. I mean, you see how many Nintendo games I play, it's basically just Fire Emblem Pokemon. And if you look at the spread there, Super Smash Bros. Melee, I pretty much only play Marth and Roy. I'd want to get into Captain Falcon, because, it's Captain Falcon. You got that knee of justice, but my goodness, he is a suicide machine and he is very fast. The entry level of Captain Falcon is pretty difficult for me, at least. I don't know why, but the character is very difficult for me to pick up. You might agree with that, I don't know.
It's like trying to skip a stone across a lake, except it's less pebble size and more boulder.
He falls so fast. Captain Falcon combos are basically, see how many times you can suicide before you do it once, and then see how many times you can suicide before you can do it again. It's, for some reason, it's just the hardest thing for me to do. I do not understand why. But yeah, in general, I don't have any interest in the characters in Melee. I like Marth. I actually started as a Roy main, but Roy is kind of dookie in that game, so I don't really play him. So it's basically just Marth. I'm okay with Fox and Falco, but their playstyles don't fit me, because they're, I'm not really that technical of a player. I'm more of a spacing, control the stage type of player. And I can be pretty aggressive, but not Fox levels of aggressive. If that makes any sense. And other than that, what is there? I'm not really interested in any of the Pokemon in that game. I mean, I guess Mewtwo, but he's not really that great in that game. In fact, he's terrible. So I don't have many options. I don't even know who you played in Melee. You probably didn't play it enough to even...
Probably Link.
Who is also not that great in that game. Funny enough, young Link is better than Link in that game. He's not very good either. So yeah, I mean, it's just the lack of characters and the lack of stages. That's another really big one. As far as tournament viability goes, in Super Smash Bros. Melee, it's essentially Battlefield, FD, Yoshi's, Dreamland, and... did I say Dreamland or I mean Green? So one or the other. I always forget. I get those two mixed up a lot. There's too long didn't read. There's really not many stages. Like 5 or 6 competitively viable stages.
See, here's the thing. When Melee was, really popular, I didn't play it competitively. I played it for fun. I played all the Smash Brothers games for fun. I didn't play them going, alright, I need to figure out exactly, I need frame perfect timing, and, I need to learn how to I didn't even know what the fuck L canceling was until, I moved here.
Well, I mean, that's kind of how it starts for everyone. I mean, Melee is it's a party game. That's how it started, but... it was like this beautiful accident. That's not really the way it was intended to be played, but who would have known it would be competitively viable, and the more you play it, the more you get better at a game, the faster you get at it, the more you learn about it.
Which is why I wasn't all that bothered by, Brawl or Smash 4, because it's not like I needed all that shit that I didn't know about. It was just play the game, have fun. Now it's like, I bought these games and I regret it because I have no one to play it with.
Well, a lot of that also is because it's like, if you look at the way consoles have gone nowadays, how many people really own a Wii U and all this stuff? Not really that many people are into it compared to how many people are fully on PC, so... Yeah, I mean, there's that, but there's also one of those things where once you go competitive and really start getting into that, it's really hard to go back and just play casually. Like, I just can't do it. You know, I'm more okay with getting stomped on in a competitive scene over and over again than losing because some random person or some stupid bomb spawned underneath me. Like, random elements that I can't understand or predict will piss me off more than anything else.
Which is probably why you'll never play Mario Kart.
I've never really been interested in Mario Kart. Like I said, I'm really not interested in anything Nintendo with the exception of just Pokemon, Fire Emblem, and then Melee. And Project M doesn't count because that's not... I mean, that's Nintendo, but it's not Nintendo. That's like... This is Nintendo, but Nintendo wants to stop this because they're assholes. Which is pretty much everything modding related to Nintendo to begin with. Man, I don't know why Nintendo likes to shit all over their fans, but they certainly love to. But yeah, you know, that's what I do. Going back to what I was saying about more characters, too long didn't read. In Melee, I play Marth and Roy. I never play as Roy because he's just not competitively viable unless someone else is like playing Roy or something like that. But when it comes to Project M, I play Marth, Roy, Charizard, Ike, and I'm kind of getting into Ganondorf and Falcon a little bit. Again, I'm still terrible at Captain Falcon. I mean, terrible. I don't know why, but it's such a difficult character for me to pick up. Everyone loves the way he plays. He's been doing the same thing since 2001, but it's still hyped for some stupid reason. That's true. The combos haven't changed, but it's still incredibly fun to watch. But yeah, there's a lot of that, and there's a ton more stages, especially since most of them were made to be competitively viable. I mean, the entire thing is based around a competitive scene, so I guess it makes more sense when you put it like that as to why I enjoy it. Plus, the characters are it's just faster. It's more interesting. There's a lot more to learn. There's a lot more matchups, all this stuff. So, I don't know. If you'd rather play, say, Ike in Smash 4 or Ike in Project M, what are you going to choose?
A different game?
Okay. I have nothing to say to that. But no, I just love that game. But we should probably move on to something else. Well, kind of something else. So, I don't know if you saw it, but they're adding in a new stage into Smash 4. It's a Super Mario Maker stage. This is an entirely random stage. I really don't... You haven't seen it, have you?
I have not, no.
It's entirely random. It has that hand from Super Mario Maker, and it makes an entirely random stage every single time you choose it.
Is it going to piss off feminists?
What?
Oh, you didn't hear about that story. I'll talk about that later.
I'm sure someone in the comments will understand that, but that went over my head.
I don't care.
Yeah, let's just ignore it.
I mean, my whole logic behind it is, really, Nintendo? This is your next big thing? Let us make the Mario game? Fuck you, I want my money back, even though I never bought the game.
Give me money, please. I never really understood why people got mad at it, because it was like, it still had the Mario stages, but it gave you the abilities to make them.
Okay, here's the thing though. Hold on. What's the price tag? Because if it's full price, no.
Well, it's not like it isn't a full game.
It kind of is, but it kind of is. Okay, Little Big Planet, let's just say, gave you the tools to make your own levels. Okay? Mario Maker gives you the tools to make your own levels. What's the difference? One of them is an actual game.
And Super Mario Maker has a full-on, like a full game itself aside from the levels you make too.
Does it? Is it any different?
I never understood when people really got mad at it. I'm not really interested in it to begin with. I never really cared about Mario, to be honest. Even back in the day, I was more of a Sonic person.
I guess that explains why you don't like Nintendo.
I wasn't really on Sega's side. I just preferred Sonic overall. I had a Game Gear back then, but we're getting a little bit off topic. Yeah, it's just... I've never quite understood why people got mad at it, because if they don't like the premise, then just don't buy it. It's not really a big deal. The only thing about it that I could understand is that the way Nintendo treats modding is just crap. They will go out of their way and just try to ruin someone entirely. Like recently, they entirely gutted someone's YouTube channel that was making tool-assisted videos. Yeah, toss stuff of their games. Not like, quote-unquote, illegally modding or anything like that, but just toss videos, and he gutted their channel. So, Nintendo being Nintendo, just, yeah, there's not much more to that. Nintendo likes to be complete assholes, and they're completely out of touch with, you know, how YouTube works and all this stuff. It's pretty stupid and pretty silly what they do. So, yeah, you know, I look at this and I go, well, maybe we could have had our own modding tools within a game to do our own stuff, but then again, I'm expecting too much out of consoles, because that will never happen in the console. So, yeah, I don't know. PC mind is very different than people that play on consoles, and what we expect is... Generally, PC gamers have really higher standards, and this really genuinely annoys me. PC gamers obviously have higher standards, because you can't get away with as much when you're playing on PC. Console gamers see this as being elitist. No, that is how you hold back everything. You don't want them to get away with things like that, because they'll take it a mile. I'm not sure how you feel about what I just said, but it's really silly how people just kind of blindly defend publishers and developers just because they're a certain publisher. I don't get the emotional attachment to these publishers and developers. You don't know them personally, you may like their games, but for all you know, that game they made 5 years ago was made by a different team, and my teammates stuck me, thanks.
I saw that.
That was annoying. But yeah, for all you know, this is an entirely different team now. All those people that you love that made that original game moved on to some other publisher or some other developer.
I don't have any attachments to the developers themselves. It's really the game series. When it comes to consoles, there was a point where I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna get everything, so if there's something that I can't get on one, I'll get it on the other. Now, honestly, I kind of regret it. I bought a PS4 and I never touched the thing.
Yeah, it's funny saying it on this video as I'm sitting here playing Halo on my Xbox One. But, you know, it's a Halo box. That is literally all I use my Xbox One for. I don't play any other games on it, and if it was on PC, I wouldn't own an Xbox One.
Oh, I bought the Destiny PS4, I might add, and I regret it doubly.
Yeah.
I'm not just one of those people that's gonna crap all over Destiny. I went into that game with high hopes, and they were just shattered like crystal.
I thought you were going to say Christmas for some reason. You must have terrible
they were
Christmas.
Shattered like Christmas.
You must have a terrible family and some really bad memories of Christmas.
Yes.
But hey, look at that. We won. Came back from behind. Get 35 kills out of the 50 we need. Thanks, teammate. You're a big help. But that's not too far from what the other team did. 25-14, 35-15. At the beginning of this game, I contemplated actually quitting out because I just was not warmed up, wasn't doing anything good. But hey, we won. So there's been a lot of Halo 1 footage. This was all just one map. As much as I love this map, it needs to be 4 vs 4. And I'll see you guys later.